Hello, I'm Coach Tork, Tom Torkelson, the throws coach at Gustavus. For almost 40 years now, I've been coaching throws. This is Lisa Brown. Lisa was a three-time national champion in javelin and an Olympic trials qualifier, but she was also a very good shot putter and a conference champion shot putter. We're going to go over today the shot put followed by discus. So it's basically a series of drills. I really believe strongly in doing drills, and we're going to show you a lot of drills. We're going to start out by talking about the big picture. You got to keep in mind what the shot's about. Number one, you need to get strong. We are throwing something heavy here, and you need to get strong. And number two, you need to learn to lead with the hips. This is the motor. The upper body has got to be long and back, and the hips have to get ahead. That's the key. If there's a third key, it's to get the right leg underneath you if you're right-handed. And we'll talk about that later. So we're going to start out with the drills that we do in practice. Everything we do here that I show you, we do in practice. So the first thing we're going to do is show you the hold of the shot put. The shot put should be little finger on top of the shot and thumb underneath it. Fingers fairly close together, and then put it in underneath the jaw and let it rest on right there. I want the arm parallel to the shoulders like that. We want to make it a part of the shoulder. So when we punch, the shoulder aids in throwing the shot, not just the arm. Okay, so that's how we want to hold the shot. Very good. Now, I'm going to show you a warm-up that we do to simulate throwing the shot. The shot is thrown with the thumb down. You'll never hurt your finger. If you throw with the elbow down, you're going to hurt your finger. So we're going to do some drills, A for strength and B for ingraining the throwing motion. And I'll get 2 athletes, 3 athletes, whatever, and we will squat and throw a chest pass and release it just like the shot. Squat and release, fingers pointing out. Excellent. Squat, release with the thumb down and the fingers out. Boom. We'll do 8 to 12 of those. Now we'll do what are called power drops. Lisa's going to lay on the floor, and I'm going to drop the ball down to her. She's going to catch it in a position where you'd throw the shot. And it's thumb down. She's going to release it same way, and she's going to throw it straight up the minute she catches it. Down and up. Very good. Down and up. Very good. Down and up. Very good. Last one. Boom. Ingraining that throwing motion. We'll do 8 to 12 of those. And then our third in a series of 3 of these are called seated incline throws. Okay, I'm going to throw it to her, and she's going to throw it back. Boom, thumb down again, fingers out. Last one. Boom, very good, very good. It's a good warm-up, and also if you start with light med balls and then go up weight every week or 2, it's very much a strengthening exercise as well. But what I like, it ingrains the throwing motion of the shot put. That's what we use it for, that and strength. Okay, now we're going to talk about the power throw. We're going to imagine we're throwing that way. I like to put the shot in, so we're going to just pretend we got a shot. And now we're going to step to just keep facing Brendan. Just step there to a heel-toe position. In other words, the left heel for a right-hander, the left toe and the right heel are lined up together. Now, I want her to turn her shoulders to me and put the left arm out over the back foot. And that's a power position. As a coach, I look for a straight line from the heel to the shoulder. That's perfect. I look for the hips to be facing the camera, 90 degrees to the throw, and the shoulders at 180. So that's a great power position. We want chest up. We want a straight line. We want all the weight on the back, in this case, the right leg. Okay, that's a great power position to start the throw. Now, here's the key. I want her to squash the bug. So I want you to step to power and squash a bug as hard as you can. Don't even think about throwing, just squash that bug. Yep, just keep your arms back and squat. That's what I want to see. I want that. And what it implies to me, squashing a bug implies to me staying over the right leg. When you squash a bug, you don't move away from it. You squash it like that. And that's what I want to see Lisa do, is squash it like that. Okay? Very good. That's the start of the power throw. One more time and hold it. Boom. Now, you'll notice if you do it right, your left heel will come down. And that's what I want to see. When the right foot squashes, the left heel will come down. It's nothing you should have to think about. It proves you did it right. So as a coach, you should look for that squash the bug, keep the weight over the right, and the left heel will come down. Now, we talk about getting the hips ahead. So I am going to add a couple things here to this squash the bug. One is put that in your left hand and wrap it in good, yep. And now do your squash the bug thing. Do it, good. And that keeps the upper body back. Do 3 of them. Here's 2, great. And here's 3, great. Keeps the upper body back. I want the athlete to get used to having the hips get ahead. Another one, step to the power position, is I will hold the right arm, the throwing arm, and the head. And now go ahead and do that squash the bug again. That's what I want to see. And squash the bug, and a third one. Squash the bug. That gets that hip working ahead and gets them used to keeping the upper body back. Very good. Now we're going to add a block to this. So we're going to squash the bug, and then we're going to block. And I like to think of pulling on a rope. So that left arm goes out to about close to the direction of the throw, maybe a little more. If it's noon where we're throwing, maybe 1 o'clock. And then you're going to pull on a rope, pull yourself up to the rope and punch. So it's going to be squash and then pull yourself up on the rope and punch. So step to power, good, and pull it, boom, very good, very good. Even block sooner than that if you can. Squash the bug, yep. The key is she's staying back. The worst thing you can do is drift. I call that drifting, where the first move, and this is what I think 80% of throwers do, the first move is to drift onto this leg. And if you don't look close, you can't see it. One thing I try to do is, I'm going to put this down where she's going to step. And now this time, you drift on as you're throwing. So just kind of fall back. She did not knock that over. Do it again, and it's going to look like a good throw. Squash somebody, boom. That looks like a good throw, but she didn't stay back because this didn't go over. Now if she stays back, if she squashes that bug straight down, she knocks that over. That proves to me that she stayed back. Drifting is the worst thing you can do because it takes your right leg out of the throw. So if you drift, you will end up throwing like that. If you don't, you will stay back like that. So it's a good little drill to do. Another one, just to make sure they stay back, is have them go against a wall. Start your throw about 6 inches short of the wall and do your squash the bug and punch. Boom, and she stays back. She has no choice because she will hit the wall if she doesn't. And if you do it wrong, what happens? Oh yeah, you fall in, and usually you'll hit it with your left arm actually. So do it right, and squash the bug and punch. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, now we'll try one other drill here. I like to do a power throw with a dowel, and it points out if the hips are staying going ahead and the upper body's back. So rotate, and then she's going to press the dowel to finish the throw. So it's rotate and press. Excellent. One more time. Squash the bug and press the bar. Very good. And the first move in the glide shot when we land is rotation followed by extension or lifting, and that's the block. And what a lot of kids do is stand up during the rotation And that means you've used up the block, and so you kind of end up going like that. So when the first move needs to be rotation, and now we haven't used the legs up. Now we can lift and lift that shot right out of the circle and block. So very good. Now that's the power throw. Now the power throw as a rule will get you 90% of your distance. To put it in feet, most people will add at the most 5 feet to the power throw. So if you're going to be a 50-foot shot putter, you need to be a 45-foot power thrower. And hopefully we can get 5 feet with the glide. There are 2 transition drills I like to do. One is called the 3/4 stand. Lisa's going to be throwing this way, so she's going to start in the middle of the circle. She's going to put the shot in, right, she's going to be standing right in the middle of the circle where she does a power throw. Now she's going to step to the front with her left leg and put the weight out over it, good. Now she's going to pull that left leg to the power position and then throw. Pull, throw. It just gets you started on gliding and gets you used to, you're not quite gliding yet, it's a transition drill. Good. Get that left leg down quick. Squash the bug. Good. Now one more time, and I'm going to have you do this, back up a little bit. I'm going to have you do this with the dowel, and it will let us see if you're keeping your shoulders back. I want the shoulders to not rotate until that left leg lands. So squash the bug, squash the bug. Good job, good job. Now let's do the same thing, but let's pull the left leg, squash the bug, press the bug. Good. Pull the left leg, squash the bug and press the bug. Good. I think she cheats a little bit. You can probably see it on the camera. I think she cheats a little bit like this with the shoulders. And that's common, and that's what we want to stop. We want that shoulder to be here when the left leg lands, squash the bug, and now rotate the shoulder. Very good, Lisa. Now, one more drill for our transition drills before we glide. And some people do this as a full throw, especially, well, I've seen this at state meet. In fact, I saw a young lady win state doing this, and I call it right-left punch. So we're going to start at the back of the circle. And both feet are together, and she's going to step with her right foot, then her left foot, then rotate and punch. Right, left, punch. Right, left, punch. Very good. You want to keep the shoulders square to the front until the left leg lands. Then squash the bug, punch. Right, left, boom. Very nice. That's a great drill to do to get kids to, before they start gliding. It's kind of a near glide, I call it. So now we've done power throw. Now we've got some transition drills. Now we're going to go to the glide. I think the first thing we'll try to do is an A drill. And the way I do an A drill is, you kind of watch me and then you'll do it. We start here and we let our hips fall, start to fall back, and we extend off that right leg and we get to an A position. The key is we want that heel on the ground. I want kids to leave off the heel. If you leave off the toe, you're going to end up like this. I had 3 freshmen this year, and they all learned to leave off the heel in high school, and it's been tough. They all learned to lead off the toe. And you want to fall off the heel. We want to push off a right foot, a flat foot, but we want the heel to leave last. Very, very important. So basically, we're going to start and we're going to let the hips fall a little bit, and then we're going to extend that right leg and shoot the left leg to the toe board and hold that A position. It's just a good way to start learning the glide. Just a little bit. Okay, and then it should be real wide feet. There you go, there you go, there you go. And keep the shoulders on this side of that, and don't let them fall back. There you go, there you go, there you go. Just, we want to end up real wide. Boom, like this. okay? And the next phase, if you want to do it, is then we'll pull the right leg under and power through. So we would go boom, and then pull the right leg under and do a power. That's tough to do, but that's a good drill to do as well. Now, we're going to start getting into the glide. And I think the easiest way is to do mini glides. In other words, just glide about a foot. You can go over a line on the floor, that's okay. I like to go over a towel because it forces them to pick that foot up. So put it behind the right heel and just try to glide a foot. Very good. Now, I would like the hips to be open more to the camera. So I would like that foot, if you can, to have that right foot pointing there and the shoulders facing back here. And what keeps them back is that long left arm. Got to have a long left arm. So good job. You only have to glide that far. Just try to get over that. Boom. Good. We want to glide back and then turn the hips in the air. When the hips are in the air, that's when they turn as far as they can, and this left arm stays, and it should be a little tension in here, because that left arm is going to be long. I talked at the start how, excuse me, we want to get the hips ahead, and we want the upper body long and back. If that left arm comes in, it won't hold the upper body back. But if that left arm stays out there long and relaxed, don't want it straight, but just long and relaxed, that will keep the upper body back. Excuse me. So the right leg in this basically drives off the heel. We let the weight fall and we drive off a flat foot, heel leaves last. The left leg shoots straight for the toe board, and we want to straighten that left leg. We do not want to have a bent left leg or it'll go up in the air. And Lisa did a good job of that. And then when the hips are in the air, that's when they open. And the head should stay back, point at something and look at something about 8 feet outside the circle. So 2 more of these. Open the hips in the air. There, that was really nice. 1 more, very nice. Very nice. And I like when we're starting here, I like that left foot to kind of come up by the instep. Don't bring it up by the calf ever. Bring it up by the instep, and then we can reach with the left or drive the left, it's up to you, and then drive off that right. We want to land almost at the same time. Boom. Now there are a couple ways to start. I kind of like this dynamic start. Have you ever done it where we drop into it? So I'll maybe show you that. I'll demonstrate that. The dynamic start, it's kind of for bigger people or slower people to overcome inertia a little better. We'll drop down and drive. So we'll start here and we'll drop and drive. And it really gets you moving fast. I like that a lot. Most of my throw